Hi, I am Nicole Alvarez, and this is Miles. Say hi, Miles.
My name is Miles Anzaldo.
Miles is now our music director, and we are here with Alt J.
Hello.
We are
Hey.
we are backstage at Coachella in our KROQ trailer. Welcome. And thank you guys. You came in from Phoenix, and we're having some cocktails. We're having some tequila. So I've been to 7 of your shows now.
7?
Wow.
7?
7. I'm hoping to keep collecting. Tonight will be number 8, but I've been to 7 of your shows, and here's what I love the most. You create this universe of sound where you like manipulate the mood, and it feels like you push us into a realm, and it's incredibly beautiful to exist in. It's a unique language that you speak. How did you become friends?
It's a shame we don't. I was going to say we don't do that anymore, do we?
We don't do what?
What she just said.
Yeah. No, we don't.
Well, the kind of music that you make, you have to have this like kind of the kind of relationship where you get each other on deeper levels. So when you became friends, like when was you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
we met at university, and I think the first day that we arrived. So I came all the way from Southampton, so that's like a 200-mile drive. So that's really far in England. That's like halfway through England. So that's really far. And then we met at this party in the kitchen, and we got on really, really well. And then subsequently we met sporadically in the laundromat, didn't we? And we just started talking. We realized we had a good sense of humor. And I think actually the first chemistry we had, both Gus and I, and Tom, the drummer, was that we all made each other laugh. Yeah. So I think that kind of led that was the foundations, I think, towards writing good music.
That's that's what I was figuring. So it was love at the laundromat.
It was indeed.
It was love at the
My beautiful
laundromat.
laundrette.
So many people spend so much time planning for Coachella. This is a big deal for a lot of people. They plan all year. It's like Christmas. Do you remember the first show that you went at, maybe when you were a teenager, that left an impression on you?
Oh, my first ever show I went to was Kings of Leon at Brixton Academy in 2003. That was really amazing. I was at their first album tour.
How old were you?
I was 14.
Okay.
And that was very exciting. I'd never been to a gig before, so everything about it was new. You know, I didn't understand any about how it worked at all. Support bands. I thought the bands would come on immediately after each other. I couldn't understand why there was a half-hour gap between the bands, even though now.
Who did you go with?
I went with my big brother.
Okay.
Yeah. And I remember people throwing bottles in the air, and didn't realise they had plastic bottles for beer at gigs. So I was like, people are going to get killed. This is so dangerous. And didn't know that they had like Heineken came in a special plastic bottle at like venues. You know,
And so that stayed with you forever.
Yeah,
what was your favorite part of that show?
Probably the bottles.
That's what you remember the most. What about you? What was like one show that stayed with you?
I went to see a band called Niz Loppy.
What is it?
Niz Loppy.
Okay.
They're famous not only for writing the music that they've written, but they were famous for having Ed Sheeran as a guitar tech.
Oh, wow.
And he kind of, I think he based a lot of his, I think they inspired him to kind of pursue a career in music. And
like the acoustic rapping thing was very much their thing. Sorry, the acoustic. He has said in interviews that their kind of style of acoustic rap, he very much was influenced by that, wasn't he? Yes.
Yes. And so I went to see them play, and I remember, even though I was exceptionally young, I remember getting in, having a beer. I was like 14.
Exceptionally young. You were 14 having a beer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that legal?
No, it's not legal.
I didn't think so.
No.
Okay.
And all of these girls who were the year above us, you know, the socialites of our school went to the gig, and I remember being like shoulder to shoulder with these girls, and
oh wow,
I think that was probably the thing that made the biggest impression
on you.
That these girls were kind of like looking at these men in a very strange way, and I was just like, wow, that's really quite interesting.
As a spectator, what's your favorite part of the show? Because I like, you know, when the opening band is done playing, and you see all the guitar techs, and everybody's chatting, and then all of a sudden the lights go down, and everybody kind of just erupts in excitement, and you see the silhouette of the band walking on stage. That's my favorite part. What's your favorite part as a spectator of a show?
I think that now I like seeing things. I like seeing technical things happen. I like seeing the crew doing stuff because you now know what's going on. You see they come on, you're like, oh, I know what he's doing. You know, he's just changing a mic.
It's
whereas
interesting
before,
to you.
you'd be like, what's he doing? Maybe. Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah,
it's interesting to you. Miles, go ahead.
What I want to ask you guys about is, you're talking about your formative years, meeting in laundromats, being 14 years old, underage drinking, but that's okay. We got to where we are now. I vividly remember you being on tour with Group Love, 2011, 2012, something like that. And it wasn't that much later that suddenly you're playing Coachella, I believe in 2015.
I think we played in 2013.
2013.
Oh, 2013 even. It's all a blur at this point. What are we drinking right now?
Tequila.
A lot of tequila happening.
A lot of tequila.
My question is, going from a tour with Group Love, working your way up, playing Coachella, headlining Madison Square Garden in New York at one point, did you ever anticipate this, and how does it feel right now to know that you're at this point where you have the amount of fans that you have? You're playing you're playing Coachella rather, listed right next to Cardi B on the Coachella lineup.
That's a crazy.
What's going on in your head? Do you ever pinch yourself?
I think I think if I was 22 and looking at, and I was told that this is the career path that we have been going through for the last 5 years, if I was told that at 23, I would find it very hard to believe. And I think what happens is when you start sort of becoming quite successful, everything happens so incrementally that you get quite used to the stages, the stages up. When you level up, you get quite used to it. And I think looking back, I think you look back on how far we've come and the achievement we've made through various different things, and I think that's a moment where you're like, wow, we've done really well.
You've done very
and
well.
and we're really proud of what we've done. I think you have moments where you pinch yourself, where you have people that you're a fan of that come up to you and say they're a fan of you.
Right.
That's a real pinch yourself moment. I don't know. What do you think?
No, I think what you're saying is true. Exactly. It's when you're having that early days of success. You play, for example, you play LA. You play like the like a little tiny venue, and you play like the Fonda, and you play the Palladium, and you're sort of going, well, this sort of seems like a natural progression. I guess this happens to everyone. I think looking back at it now, we're like, wow, actually doesn't happen to everyone. That we went from like playing, the Bardo to playing like Hollywood Bowl in like 3 years, basically. It was kind of mental, yeah.
And then you're playing at 10:10 tonight, which is a huge slot, and that's when everybody's in the right state of mind and
battered.
What you're battered, yeah, completely. And maybe not just drunk, but they're definitely not just drunk.
I don't know what you're talking about.
We're at Coachella.
High on life, we love music. We're taking in all J music. It's a very good situation to be in.
Let's talk about sex real quick, but not like that. I was on the internet the other day and I saw something that said Alt J is handing out condoms at their shows, and then I realized it's because you teamed up with Lifebeat. Can you tell me about that a little bit?
Yeah, so Lifebeat got in touch with us and asked if we'd be interested in partnering with them at our shows, and we thought that was a great idea. I mean, we're well known for being a band that address sex a lot in our songs, and obviously people should be practicing safe, thoughtful sex.
Absolutely.
And so, I think a lot of the time people, make bad decisions based on, not having the money to buy condoms or being embarrassed to go and ask whoever it is that gives you them, your doctor or your parents or whatever. So I think, this is a great idea to get young people, explore it. It's just a body. It's just a body.
Yeah,
for God's sake.
I think that's
just
great
a body.
that you guys are doing that. I would have never looked at you and thought those are the poster children for safe sex. However, now I do. Just wholesome, good old. So if you could collaborate with one artist on the bill, who would it be? Most people have been saying Beyonce.
Oh, okay. I like Beyonce a lot, and I listen to her. I grew up listening to Beyonce, and but I don't know. There's a group Brockhampton that are really cool.
Yep. I just recently discovered them.
Yeah, same. And
incredible energy.
Tom, our drummer, he's gonna be watching him in like 20 minutes, 25 minutes.
Maybe we should go to that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know. They're really cool.
Yeah, they're incredible.
I think think they're like
They're young.
They're a group of people that met on a forum, and they just decided
They have a
"Fuck it,
cool
I'll just
story.
do my own thing.
Well, we should go check them out. Do you want to wrap things up with anything?
I just want to say one thing really quick. You know, being the music director at KROQ, programming a radio station, deciding on which songs we play, which we don't play. You know, bands like you, with a sound that you can't really define. I don't know what your sound even really is. It's not rock. It's not pop. I don't know what it is. It's not folk. That's what alternative is and what it should be, and that's the whole kind of genesis of the format to begin with. So, you know, having bands like you exist and making music, it makes my job and Nicole's job a lot
It's an incredible
easier.
experience to go to one of your shows. That's why I've been
Cool.
to 7.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
So it's
Thank
not so
you,
much a
guys.
question, but just a statement, and a way to thank you for what
Yeah,
you do,
yeah.
and please continue doing so.
All right, hold on,
Cool.
guys. We got to wrap this up with a cheers. So 1, 2, 3, cheers to
Cheers.
Coachella, to Alt J. I'm
Yo.
Nicole Miles. We're live in Indio at Coachella for KROQ.